Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today is December 31st, the last day of 2018. I'm your host, Sam Capizzi, here at CryptoSomniac to bring you everything cryptocurrency related where the markets never sleep. What's going on, everybody? Give me 1 second. Today is a video that a lot of you guys have been waiting for, I think. It's the second half, or the second part rather. We'll be doing a couple of these. This is the second part to a cryptocurrency series I made, top 10 cryptos of 2018. This is the medium risk profile. The medium risk profile. So what that is I made the first one. It was kind of the low risk profile. You can go back, you can check it if you're interested. I will show you where on the YouTube channel. A couple of days ago, my channel, and the internet is awfully slow when I'm streaming. I think I suck all the juice out of that internet. But right here is the, somewhere, where is it? Top 10 cryptos for 2018, the retirement fund. So that was the low risk fund. Mediocre, mediocre-ish sort of, risk. So today we're actually going to do the medium risk, which is probably where I actually lie. So I'm not a huge risk taker, but I'm 27 years old. I am going to or I can afford more risk than most, given that I am pretty young. And I will do this again for the high risk. So I'm somewhere between high risk and medium risk, I guess, given that I'm 27 years old. I have the affordability to assume more risk than other people. So it all depends kind of where you are at in age. If you are 20, 40, 50, 50, 60, 70, you don't want, medium risk, So full disclosure, by the way, I own all of these cryptocurrencies that we are going to talk about. And let's jump right into it. I'll try to answer some questions at the end. Let's keep the questions today, though, pertinent to the top 10 that we'll go over. So happy new year, everybody. Today is the final day of 2018. And by the way, today's giveaway is going to be special. Go over and share this video on the Facebook page, facebook.com/cryptosomniac. And tomorrow I'll be selecting a winner to get 5 minutes of FaceTime with me. So one lucky winner will get 5 minutes to pick my brain, ask whatever you want. And of course, yesterday's giveaway, I don't know where it is, somewhere. It is the video on KuCoin. So whenever I find it, there it is right there. So share that video for a chance to win, or on Twitter. But let's jump right into it. Let's get started. So here is the top 10 cryptocurrencies medium risk profile of 2018. I did not put them in any order. I'm not ranking the top 10. I'm just going to give you 10 cryptos that I think are medium risk profile. These, if I was 27, 28, 29, 30, kind of like I am, 35 even, this would be my portfolio if I were to only pick 10. So here it is. We'll talk about it, and let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments, questions below, and hit that thumbs up button. So 1, and there's a couple that are recycled here. I think Tron was in my other top 10. I can't remember. But Justin Sun, actually, I don't believe it was. I don't believe Tron was in my high risk profile, now that I think of it, or my medium, or my retirement fund. Justin Sun, anyway, founded Paiwo. So Tron is a top 20 cryptocurrency right now. Justin Sun founded Paiwo, kind of like Snapchat over in China. They built their platform around these little 10-second snippets of audio, and they're building and integrating the coin Tron, the Tronix token, into their platform. It's basically a decentralized media platform for the entertainment industry. Think of it kind of as a Google Play Store or the Apple Store for media. They're building a token, though, out of it. And he has the backing from Jack Ma. Jack Ma is the founder of Alibaba. A lot of people refer to him as the next up-and-coming Jack Ma. So, you know, obviously huge shoes to fill in that regard. But, you know, even if you fail, you know, it's all right to fail and not be Jack Ma, I think. So I think a lot of people will be happy if he comes anywhere close. They did something that Bitcoin and Ethereum has never done, and in creating 10 million plus wallets, and integrating those into everyone that is running the Pyro app. So really amazing stuff that they did in that regard. They have plans for basically a ton of partnerships, a lot of things to come. They're getting to get listed apparently on one exchange per week in 2018, which is also pretty huge news. Their code just recently went open source. Justin Sun is really like an influential entertainer almost, honestly. His tweets are very tweety. He is an influencer, basically. He's pretty outspoken, but it generates a lot of buzz around the token, and let's be honest, it's a good thing, I guess, in crypto if you want the gains. So I see a lot of great things coming from Tron. It's a great cryptocurrency. I think it's pretty safer. Not a huge risk, I think, but I classify it in the medium size portfolio. So there you have it for crypto number one. Let's move on to number two. So Ethereum was also, I think, this definitely was in the retirement fund as well. So I think everyone, no matter, you know, if we're talking medium risk, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are still part of your portfolio. There's no giving away that. And really, you know, I have the Godfather written here, meaning Vitalik. I think Vitalik Buterin is really the godfather of cryptocurrency, really. I mean, let's face it, he's pretty much the smartest guy in the room. So you cannot overlook Ethereum, and Ethereum could have the year that Bitcoin had. You know, there's a lot of other great pieces of tech out there, but let's face it, Ethereum is really the person's, or would be the person's next jump after Bitcoin, being that, you know, Bitcoin is so priced, overly priced. But maybe not even overly priced. I'm not going to comment on its valuation, but so high in price, rather, right? Ethereum is the next logistical choice after Bitcoin, being that it is, down on the list there and one of the cheaper ones, alongside Litecoin on Coinbase. But Ethereum serves a very different use case than either Litecoin or Bitcoin or even Bitcoin Cash. So it's the next step for a lot of people. It could have the year that Bitcoin had this year. I could see it definitely 20xing potentially, very similar to how Bitcoin had this year. We could have a $20,000 Ethereum. Now, I'm going to be a lot more modest. I'm going to say my price prediction for the year. Oh, I forgot to write the price prediction for Tron, and darn it, I always click backspace on my computer when I'm doing these presentations, and for whatever reason, backspace does not work as a back button. But my price prediction for Tron, by the way, is $1.50 next year. My price prediction here for Ethereum, I think, is quite modest by my what do you call it? My Sanders, I guess, or what I'm thinking about. $2,500, and I think it's a bit modest in my eyes. So price prediction there is $2,500, and Ethereum is definitely number well, not number two, I'm not ranking them, but it is number two in this presentation. So there you have it, guys. We're through the first two. Hit that thumbs up button wherever you are. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button. If you're on Twitter, give me a heart, and share this video on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/CryptoSomniac for a chance to win 5 minutes of FaceTime tomorrow with me. ADA. So ADA is something that I've been really eyeing up and liking a lot recently. I want to do a lot more research on it. Well, I'm doing a lot of research on it. I've been spending a lot of time really learning as much as I could, and I am really thinking of loading up on this one. This one is actually pretty serious, and it's a third-generation solution built by Charles Hoskinson, and he's an awesome dude. I'm trying to watch as many videos as that guy makes as possible. He is brilliant. Basically, ADA prides itself in its kind of one-liner is that it's systematically and academically peer-reviewed code, meaning that a bunch of people contribute to it, and namely scientists and students at universities with PhDs, and it's rigorously tested, unlike any other code out there or protocol that we have. So I think it's an astounding project. It's an amazingly fundamentally sound in that that's the way they go about coding it. So in my personal opinion, I really think that some of the smartest people, come from universities, and PhD students are some of the smartest people, and the mind, I think, is at its prime really when you're in your late 20s, early 30s. I think that is when you probably have the ability to work and work at the hardest that you possibly can. And I think that's where a lot of basically the code for ADA is being generated from. It's being built in a language known as, well, they built their own language, but most of it comes from Haskell. And basically what Charles did is he found a bunch of the smartest dudes that knew Haskell and brought them onto his team under IOHK. And we'll make a separate video and talk all about ADA soon, but it runs off a proof of stake model, very similar to actually Neo as well as BitShares. It's very similar to delegated proof of stake, where they elect, well, people have the opportunity to basically pool their tokens, their ADA tokens. They have what's called these epochs, which are intervals of time, and each epoch is divided into different slots, and a slot leader is chosen based upon how many tokens are being staked at a certain moment in time. And the slot leaders are depending on who's staking, and if you don't have an interest in really being a slot leader, you can basically delegate your tokens to somebody else. You can pool them in a pool via the Daedalus wallet, and just do that to basically stake your tokens. Some of the downsides for it is that it's basically a year away from even being remotely functionable. It functions on 2 layers right now, and one is kind of this cryptocurrency layer where the ADA token functions and is able to be transacted, but it's not ready from a protocol or smart contract standpoint yet, whereas say Ethereum is. So that is the downside. But I mean, hell, it's amazing to me what projects people are interested in investing in that aren't ready at all yet. So I don't know how much of that really hurts ADA at the moment. It seems like everything on Bittrex and CoinMarketCap is not functionable yet. So it would not be any surprise for me to see this token do very, very well. I see its price prediction is $8 at the end of the year, next year. I think ADA is a brilliant hold and needs to be a part of pretty much everyone's portfolio. That token burn is an accident. I think I was just copy pasting slides. There is no token burn, so I do apologize for confusing anybody there. There is no token burn in January. So great project, and please keep questions today dedicated to just this video, if you could, just the top 10 cryptos. That would be a big help. I'll try to answer as many questions as possible as we go through, and hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit that likes button if you're happy with the content. These videos we do every day. So let's move on. Next is QuantStamp, and I know it's not something I've talked a lot about on the channel, but QuantStamp is a pretty solid project. I've done a lot of research on it, and they fill a niche, and I think they are, my mic's being a little goofy, but I think they fill a niche, and I think they are definitely pretty important to the space. So they audit smart contracts, and what that means is basically they'll take their team will review your smart contract and find bugs in it and make sure that it's working. And one of the greatest examples of it is basically the DAO hack was basically an exposure to the Ethereum code, and that's why we had the Ethereum Classic and the Ethereum fork, which is could have been prevented with peer review, basically any sort of review that would have exposed the code, the bug in the code. So the DAO hack is an example of something that QuantStamp could have solved an issue of. Now, there are other examples that they cite in their paper too of issues that arose that could have been solved by QuantStamp, but I definitely see a lot of people using their service. They fill a niche and they do it well. The looks of their team anyway is very strong. Basically, the way that one of the ways that QuantStamp will rise in price is basically it takes 200,000 QuantStamp to request an audit. So say, you know, you have a new token like, you know, anything like the B token, for example, and they want to audit their contract, they have to buy out $200,000 QuantStamp from the market and basically, you know, hand that over to QuantStamp as a form of payment. So that will only increase the value of QuantStamp as time goes on. They are part of the Y Combinator as well. If you're new to the channel, I've talked about it a couple of times in the last day or two. There's a couple of projects that are under Y Combinator's wing, and we'll talk more about Request Network because that is one of them. But what Y Combinator is basically a seed accelerator here in the Silicon Valley. They help new startups, you know, accelerate. Basically, they have a bunch of meetings and they have dinners with a bunch of entrepreneurs, successful people, and they kind of walk you through everything and help you because they are investors themselves, and they helped projects succeed like Dropbox, Reddit, Stripe, Coinbase, Twitch, a number of really great companies and platforms, and it's an honor or a privilege to be part of the Y Combinator. So QuantStamp is one of their, you know, the Y Combinator is a supporter, I guess, of QuantStamp as well as Request Network. QuantStamp is partnered with Request Network, which is another solid project that I really like and I've been paying attention to a lot recently. It is a pretty good platform, and we'll talk next about that because that's also in here. My price prediction for QuantStamp for next year, and the way I got a lot of these price predictions, I didn't just pull them out of my ass. I took some time, and what you really need to do, and you know, to get a good idea, is basically go to cryptosomniac.com, and you can see everything's market cap and size. And to basically, for example, if we take a look at IOTA, we'll round it to 10 billion. For it to double in price, its market cap would have to double to 20 billion. So that means at 350, it would be valued at 7 if it were to double. So that's kind of how I do a lot of my calculations. I take into consideration how much money would need to come into the project for it to get to that valuation. And I made projections on how much money I think the market will, you know, how much that cryptocurrency, that specific cryptocurrency, how much of that market it will actually have, how much of the market it will have. So that's how I calculate the prices. So I didn't just, you know, pull them out of my ass, if anyone's wondering. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit that likes button if you enjoyed this video. Well, Happy New Year's to everyone. Depending on where you live, it might already be Happy New Year's. 4 minutes ago, it was New Year's somewhere. So kind of like it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's New Year's somewhere today. So, looks like we're still on Ethereum. Let's move back to QuantStamp. So the price prediction was $4. Next up is Civic, a project that I also am a big fan of. They solve the issue of personal identity on the blockchain. So I think they are kind of considered basically a one of the most obvious use cases for blockchain, I think, early on. So blockchain solved a lot of cool issues. Being in that we could have immutable things transferred and certified different things on the blockchain. And personal identity is one of the most obvious, purest ideas that we have that blockchain could utilize, and makes a lot of sense for me. And I think that it's a great use case. It's definitely needed. And for example, you could go to the airport, scan your QR code, and you're checked in right into the airport like that. No need to go through all these 1,800 checkpoints. You know, you go to the doctor, you could scan a QR code. You go to the bank, you scan a QR code, and your KYC is processed instantly. So I think it has a fantastic use case. They're setting up tons of partnerships, which is what I really like to see in a lot of projects. I like to see the other cryptocurrencies in the space working with each other. I like to see when you see that, you know that there's other partners in the game, in the space, that are saying, "Oh, hey, this is a valid project. It's worth working with them. It's worth partnering," and they have a ton of solid partnerships set up with people that are seeking to use their services. So why reinvent the wheel when we can go to Civic and use them as our personal identity verifier on the blockchain? So a lot of companies going to them and going, "Hey, we want to partner with you guys." So I like that. One of the things that interests me is that they want to switch to Bitcoin, actually, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I think Bitcoin is very, very far off from ever becoming a platform. And honestly, I don't see it ever scaling to such size. Bitcoin wants to implement what's called Rootstock, which would allow it to basically attach metadata and become very similar to Ethereum in the future. I don't see that ever happening, but they expressed a strong interest in their white paper to switch to Bitcoin's platform, which definitely confused me a bit. Somebody asked, what do I think of crypto debit Visa cards? Try to keep the questions today related to the top 10. I think that debit Visa cards is not an amazing use case, or very proprietary use case, and not a concern for huge investment opportunities. My prediction for Civic is $10 next year. $10. So let's move on. I think that was number 4 or 5. We have uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. All right, that was number 5. So hit that thumbs up button. Hit that likes button. Hit that heart if you're on Twitter. And do me a favor, head over to facebook.com/cryptosomniac. A lucky person today or tomorrow is going to get 5 minutes FaceTime with me. You can pick my brain, ask me whatever you want. We'll pick a winner tomorrow. All you have to do is share this video. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, as I mentioned, is also going to be part of this medium risk profile here. I think everybody has to be conscious of Bitcoin, right? I mean, if you're talking medium risk, Bitcoin is still relatively safe, and it needs to be part of everyone's portfolio. We saw a 17x return basically this year, even a little bit more. I think we saw closer to 20x actually. I think we went from like 1,000 to as high as 20,000. The market cap was as high as 280 billion. It's really the first coin that still everybody hears about, and there's really a lot of people that still have no idea even what Ethereum is. So Bitcoin serves as the on-ramp for most people to get into the game. It's going to be the first purchase that a lot of people still continue to make. It's not going anywhere yet, and not going anywhere anytime soon. I do think there's a lot better tech out there than Bitcoin, and one day it could be replaced, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a couple of weeks, and I don't think it even happens next year. So I think for the foreseeable future, Bitcoin is king. And do not ever doubt it. I know a lot of people were looking at it at $200, at $1,000, at $2,000, saying that it was too expensive. And I think it just pissed a lot of people off that they missed the boat. I predict next year it will be between 100 to 150K. So I think that's a good 10, 20, 15x return almost if it hits those numbers next year. So not many other places you can get returns like that in the world. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Make sure it's a part of your portfolio. I do think that it will be very lucrative again next year. Do not miss out on the opportunity to collect Bitcoin. For me, that's still the name of the game. I use altcoins pretty much as a vehicle to just collect as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as possible. So don't count out Bitcoin. EOS. EOS is next. Also part of the retirement fund. The medium risk profile here. I think this is a little bit of a long shot. There's a lot of question marks here for me, but the name alone, the Ethereum killer, and what it claims that it'll be able to do is astounding. but I have some question marks. I think any project seeking to raise $1 billion is quite ambitious and unnecessary, but it has the great mind of Dan Larimer, who's worked on 2 projects before, Steemit and BitShares. Still a lot of question marks left behind on those projects, but he invented delegated proof of stake, which is a really interesting model. It's kind of like democratizing proof of stake and giving people the ability to elect delegates and vote in the proof of stake consensus mechanism. I think that it is a great mind, and proof of stake, delegated proof of stake, was a pretty neat invention in that it was allowed people to basically pool money together and stake and not have to. If you don't have an interest in voting, you can delegate your portion to other people, kind of like, an election process here in the United States, where we have an electoral college and we vote for people to run an office for us. If I had 5,000 to invest, would you go with Bitcoin or an altcoin? I would definitely spread it across several coins. I think choosing just one coin is high risk. Bitcoin would be part of that portfolio, and many others, Michael Sidaway asks. So I would definitely diversify. I would never put all your eggs in one basket. So make sure you spread the wealth. So I think this video should help you do exactly that. And yeah, the longest ICO ever. It lasts an entire year, EOS. And being the fact, so there's a lot of question marks, but there's a lot of cool things. A lot of interoperability, promises, and amazing things that it could do. There's no guarantees. No guarantees in life other than death and taxes. So, but my price prediction next year, I think it will continue to do well. I think a lot of projects won't even come online next year, and a lot of promises is good enough for people to invest in at this point. So my price prediction is $50. I think we'll have a pretty solid year next year, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Large promises and a lot of questions. Next up is something that I'm a big fan of recently, Request Network. So Request Network is pretty neat. It's kind of like PayPal and Venmo for cryptocurrency. It's like PayPal or Venmo 2.0. Request Network is basically an advanced finance network. It is aiming to be, like I said, the PayPal and Venmo of cryptocurrency, and solves a lot of solutions for people along the way. In addition to just being a cryptocurrency that's transferable, kind of like PayPal, and PayPal and Venmo, people are asking, what is the time limit for the price prediction? So the price predictions are for next year. So I think next year EOS will be $50. PayPal and Venmo for crypto. Basically, they solve a lot of issues. Invoicing and expenses can be automated. So there's entire departments in corporate America that people are dedicated to working for and on every day, just invoicing and expenses alone. And Request Network can automate all of that. And it's basically a platform also. It's not a DApp. Platforms are able to do a lot more than a DApp can. Basically, they have what's called these applications layers, which you can build a lot of cool features on. Somebody else can come in and build things on. Basically, people can come in, use the APIs that Request Network is providing, and they can do things like set up accountability. So, for example, in charities, you can have more transparency when you donate to what is it called? A charity. You can do things like loan requests, salary requests, automatic accounting, automatic auditing, the Internet of Things. There's a lot of applications that can be built on top of Request Network, which makes it a really attractive, lucrative investment in my eyes. It's really interesting in that it has, it's planning to be a platform and a place where they can pool their API from. Other people can pool their API and use it to build future products of their own. So I really like it. I think it's a really good crypto currency to have in your in your pocket. And my price prediction next year is 650. And it's got, I forgot to mention, it's got an A plus class. I should have put A plus. Request Network has an A plus lucrative line of partnerships, some of the best that I've seen in the entire industry. They're partnered with Civic. They're partnered with QuantStamp, two coins that I've already shared here in the top 10. They're partnered with Kyber. They're partnered with Aragon. They have an A plus line of partnerships, and it looks like I skipped a bullet here. So you don't even need Request Network tokens to be able to transfer between different things. Basically what it is it's a what is it called? It's a they have what's called gateways, which are basically like listeners that will transfer into and out of tokens to get to the other side. So if you want to send a certain type of token to one place, but you only have this token, the gateways will do that. And that's what Kyber's for. They're partnered with Kyber that will allow them to basically speak to and listen and transfer tokens through their decentralized exchange. They're also partnered with 0x, but I do see Kyber's partnership nullifying anything that 0x is able to provide. Now, they, like I said, they have a world-class line of partnerships, and they have also been taken under under the wing of Y Combinator, which I talked about earlier. Y Combinator is a seed accelerator here in the Silicon Valley, and again, it is a privilege to be part of the Y Combinator, and the Request Network is part of that as well. Do I really think the Chinese dudes over at Binance are going to give the IRS anything? Who knows, man? Who knows? My video yesterday, one of the new exchanges out there, KuCoin. Check it out. It's a pretty good exchange in my eyes. Starting to like it a lot. Still Binance and Bittrex. Probably Binance is my favorite, but really liking KuCoin. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit that likes, heart button, whatever it is. And head over to facebook.com and share my recent video for a chance to win some free crypto. Yesterday's video was on KuCoin. Share that, or go on Twitter and share it for a chance to win some free crypto here. So let's move on. I think that was number 7. We're going to move on. This is number 8. I believe it's number 8 in no particular order. Keep in mind. So Icon is the Korean Ethereum. It has the name of the Ethereum of Korea, and I like it for a couple reasons. One of the largest is because Koreans love crypto. They're big and friendly on it. They like it a lot. They're big fans, and they're open to it, much more open than the U.S. is in the United States. And I like Korea for that reason alone. Korea is huge into crypto. They have some of the largest exchanges in the world, being BitHum. And right now they have they have the largest volume pretty much of crypto in the world. Now that's due in large part to the fact that Chinese shut down their basically exchanges for the time being, and everyone's funneling money through Korea at the moment. But Icon is, I also like Icon for another reason. So they're really seeking to be cross-chain interoperable. A third-gen crypto, and that's a lot of what I'm focused on at the moment is third-gen crypto. So I was an early investor into Bitcoin. I was an early investor into Ethereum, but the game's changing. If you want to make the most massive gains, Gen 3 is where a lot of this is going. So you want to be early. You want to be there before others are, and Icon is a Gen 3 platform. Not only is it a platform to build other dApps off of, but it's a Gen 3 where they're seeking to basically make things interoperable. And Gen 3 and interoperability is where the game is headed, and it's going to be interesting to see if Ethereum can keep up. Icon has started building that from the start, so I like it for a number of reasons, and I think Koreans have the huge potential to really pump up these cryptos that are, Korean specific. You really have to be conscious of that, and I think that Icon could be $50 next year. That's my price prediction on it. It's trading at $5. It's missed the boat today, I think, on a lot of that green sea stuff. So that sea of green, and could be a good opportunity to get in. Is Icon comparable to ARK? In a way, yes, because they are seeking to both do things cross-chain. So I do agree with you there. Where would you buy Icon at? I believe it's over on Binance. I have a link in the description of my portfolio below. You can use that. Let's move on to the next crypto. So I think that was number 8, guys. We're at number 8. So 8th best crypto for a medium risk profile in 2018. Hit that likes button. Maybe that was number 9. I think that was, hold on, let's go back to the beginning and count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that was number 9. So the final and last crypto is Komodo. So what do I like Komodo for? And what is Komodo? If you're not familiar, Komodo is a decentralized proof of work platform. And I'm always a big fan of platforms here. You can see most of these cryptos here are platforms. Platforms have the potential to be much larger and house the community of products and projects. I'm a big fan of platforms as opposed to dApps. dApps are only able to solve one problem, whereas platforms can solve many and be a hub and sort of ecosystem for dApps. So I'm much bigger fan of platforms than I am of dApps, and my portfolio and investments reflect that as well. I'm a much larger investor of platforms than I am of dApps and products. So Komodo is a proof of work platform, so I like it because A, it's not a product, it's a platform. They have an amazing team. They're super smart, super nerdy guys. However, they have poor marketing, and that's held them back a little bit. They had their presentation fail. It looked like they did it out of their basement a couple of months ago. So they could use a big upgrade to marketing. And then they've sought out and did that. In fact, their team reached out to me and tried to ask what I could do to help them. And they're trying to improve. They hired out new people to try and up the marketing efforts and really get out there and better known. I think that it is pretty interesting. I think I completely forgot to fill out the second half of this this slide here because I have gas versus Ethereum, which I think is pertinent to NEO. My price prediction is $200, which I think is actually accurate. I am predicting Komodo to get to $200 next year. But that is my price prediction for Komodo, $200 next year. And it is not centralized. It is decentralized. Looks like I forgot to fill out this slide. That was for NEO. But it's, what was I going to say? It's very good to have and wise to have in your portfolio. Reason being is because there are no proof of work platforms out there that I know of. It's really important to have a diverse portfolio. This is the medium risk portfolio. And, I'm talking and thinking about things such as retirement. And you want to be diverse. You want to have a portfolio that is spread across different types of things, has a little bit of everything. And this is just that. Proof of work there's not a lot of proof of work platforms out there. There's none actually that I know of. And despite being having some disadvantages over proof of stake, or when compared to proof of stake, there is basically a lot of advantages as well to proof of work. The biggest thing that I don't like about proof of stake is this whole thing that where the rich get richer. And proof of work isn't really that. It's much it's geared, the consensus algorithm is focused on processing and computing power. It's based upon how much processing power you own, not how much token you hold. And in the token scenario where you own token, the rich get richer. So the people who own the most tokens actually just acquire more tokens. So I think that it's basically what was I going to say? That's my biggest concern with proof of work. Proof of stake, you get the rich get richer. So it's good to have proof of work, and I think that this could hit $200 next year. I did have a prediction on Tron. Tron was, I believe, the first one. So go back, rewind the video if you want to hear about that. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit that likes button. I'll try to answer some questions here. But then again, the rich can afford more hardware and proof of work, more coins. True, but that's usually not the case. That a lot of people that it's very difficult to go out and acquire tokens. I think the thing I do like, I guess, about proof of stake is that it's a lot more costly to go out and buy a lot of token than it is to go buy the hardware. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both sides. I mean, A lot of people dismiss proof of work, but there's some advantages without a doubt. And that actually rounds it up. That is 10 cryptocurrencies for my medium risk profile. If I was in the medium risk profile, which I think anyone between the ages sort of 25 to maybe 40, this would be a good way to do it. If you want to buy 10 cryptos and you want to create a medium risk profile, and you're, in that age range there, I think this would be a pretty good portfolio. This would be the way I would set it up. It's got enough diversification, it's got enough different things in it, and it's got a lot of potential. It's got some riskier trades, it's got some safer trades, and together I think it is your medium risk profile. I will do it again with a high risk portfolio. I think for people that are a little bit more gamblers and more ambitious and even younger, and have the potential to afford more risk. I don't know if anything in here provides the ability to run a masternode. None that I'm aware of at the moment, someone asks. Are these to hold for months? Yes, these are things that you could hold for the next year. I think they're all very safe. It'll be interesting to see how they play out. Obviously, a lot of them have competition, but until the competition comes online, it's kind of free-range ballgame at this point. I think that everything is pretty open at this point. I think everything has the potential right now for a lot of growth, and there's really nothing that is limiting, I think, these cryptos from really to run. Even Ethereum isn't usable yet, so a lot of these cryptos have time to run for now. I think almost anything can do well really at this point, but I think these guys have the potential to be here at least for a year, and potentially beyond that. Hit that likes button, that thumbs up button, guys. Share my yesterday's video on what was it? It was on KuCoin. Check that video out and sign up for KuCoin. I think it's a good exchange, and share that video for a chance to win some free cryptocurrency. And if anyone's missed out on the tax document that I sent out, I think it'll help you guys a lot. Sign up for the newsletter, and that's where it was dished out at. And check out the website, Portfolio Tracker, coming soon. CryptoSomniac Advantage coming soon. We have a lot of great things coming on the site. What else do we have? We have the Sleepless stream, so if you haven't checked it out, type in Sleepless at CryptoSomniac, where we're 24/7 live there. People live. We would like to get some new subs, and check that out. The chat's always there. And also, by the way, I just started on Twitch, so if you're a Twitch guy, I'm over on twitch.cryptosomniac, twitch.tv/CryptoSomniac. So join me over there. We have a couple people there following already, not a whole lot, but we just started. So check us out if you like Twitch. Check it out. And thanks everyone for subbing. Thanks for all the new members. Happy New Year's to everybody. Today is can I advise the best crypto portfolio? So I'm going to tell you, our portfolio tracker will be the best. We have a lot of cool features coming, and we want you guys actually to help contribute to the structure of the things in the site, and we'll be asking for your feedback and things that you would like to see in it that aren't in it. So check out our site, our portfolio tracker. The initial version is set to launch in just a couple weeks, if that. Should be pretty soon. Somebody asks, can I do a video on Wanchain? So I did like Wanchain a lot. I had eyed it up during ICO. I think it's a pretty solid cryptocurrency. Is KuCoin too expensive? Should we wait for it to come back down? I think it is has a lot of potential to run, just like BNB. I think I compared it to BNB. I think BNB is at $10 almost, or was. I think KuCoin could definitely get there, being that it has a lot of the cryptocurrencies that Binance doesn't. It's down here at 70, 357. Had you bought yesterday, you would have already been up a good 20% on your gains. It's an interesting project to keep your eye on. I think that definitely pretty cool. Somebody on Twitter asked views on Electroneum. I think GameFlip does a lot of what Electroneum is doing better. I would check out GameFlip. Happy crypto new year. I hope, hopefully crypto is as nice to us as it was this year. I think that it will be, in my eyes. I think that it will be. If you're new to cryptocurrency, you can check out cryptosomniac.com/learn Bitcoin to get my free Bitcoin guide on how to get started. KuCoin, yes, is located in Hong Kong, so they do not live inside of the same jurisdiction that China does. What are some under-the-radar privacy coins, Barry? I think Ember, I think Verge, I think Zcoin, I think Dash, Zcash. I mean, not that they're under the radar. You also have, what is it called? Token Pay has to do with privacy. You have, what's the other one that's on the tip of my tongue? I am live. Somebody's asking if I'm live on Twitter. Yes, I am live. Dogecoin was created out of really just a funny meme. There's really no backing behind Dogecoin. Somebody asked also on Twitter. Thoughts on Lunar? It does have an extremely low coin supply. I'm not positive that it's a revolutionary product, but the coin supply makes it an attractive investment. Kin. I think Kin was actually the project that I was thinking about. Is that the Kick? I think they're a privacy chat, maybe? I forget. I could be completely wrong. Somebody asked about privacy. Maybe it was Kick, or I forget, to be honest. Somebody asks, Litecoin will start moving in February. Bro, what about Digibyte? I'm not a huge fan of Digibyte again. I like things that are more like platforms, like an Ethereum or a Quantum or a Neo or a Kyber or a Cardano. Not a huge investor of one-offs, although I am. I mean, there's some different things that I think are cool. What else? Neon Exchange will be released as an ICO during Q1. It's made mainly by the City of Zion. I would like another set of eyes on this one, as decentralized exchanges should be available ASAP. I agree. Neon Exchange is, again, a project made by the City of Zion, which is a community of kind of developers that help fund a lot of what goes on in the Neo world, really. So it'll be interesting to see how that does. Somebody says Bitcoin crashing. Sell it all. Sell it all, please, so I can pick it up. Thoughts on Dragon Coin? Cody asks. I like Dragon Coin. I haven't done a ton of research, but I bought it. I like a lot of who their team is. I like it. I think it's pretty solid. Good platform. Somebody asks about Wabi Sabi. I really like Wabi. I think it's still like under the radar. Where is it? It's in between the top 100 and 200 here, I believe. Where is Wabi? Here's Wabi right here. We are at 100 million only in market cap. I think it's just a matter of time until this one breaks into the top 100, and I think it could do really well. Wabi was a coin I picked here a little bit on the channel a couple weeks ago. I think has a lot of potential. It is a product though, so I am not a huge investor in products as opposed to platforms. So do me a favor, guys, hit that thumbs up button, hit that likes button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a winner from yesterday to give away some free crypto. You guys, if you're familiar, you know how I do it. We use the random number generator to pick one between either Facebook or Twitter. 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter. Today is 2 for Twitter, so we'll open up the tweeter and we'll take a look at who shared. VeChain or Walton? I'm going to go with VeChain with the world-class partnerships they've established, Mike. I'm going to pick VeChain over that. Somebody asks, can I please talk about Bluzelle? I'm not familiar with Bluzelle. I'll have to look it up. See where it is, if it's on CoinMarketCap or if it's an ICO. I don't see Bluzelle. Must be an ICO. So not sure. Not sure at the moment. But anyway, let's pick a winner from yesterday. Yesterday's video was on KuCoin right here. We have several people who retweeted it. Let's take a look at how many. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 people on the dot. I think the same amount as yesterday. Looks, I don't know why. Not every project is listed here, or everyone's tweeter. But we'll use the random number generator again to select a winner from that list of 1 to 25. And it looks like lucky number 18. So going backwards, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Shane Bauman, congratulations. You just won yourself some free Tron, one of my top picks for next year. So congratulations. Let me snip your name out. And whoa, green screen here is waving around. Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope that you had an amazing year in cryptocurrency. I think next year is going to be a special year. I think it will be the best year crypto has seen yet. I think it's going to be really exciting. We're going to hit $1 trillion next year. Might even hit 2. I'm super pumped. I think if you're just getting involved into crypto, you came to the right place because it's still very early. There's a lot of opportunity here for a lot of different things to succeed. I think nothing really has succeeded to the point where you can say that we're in a bubble or that, you know, the game is over. I think everything here is still got a ton of room to grow. You're in the right place. You're doing well. I went over QuantStamp earlier in the channel. I went over it and covered what I think its price will be. We'll answer about 5-6 minutes worth of questions here. Let's go to the charts and look up some things. Ripple still tanking yesterday. I also want to share this just for anyone, get people excited in the Moon Lounge or wanting to join the Cryptosomniac Advantage. I'm going to prove to you some of the calls that happen in the Moon Lounge, and we'll show you. So about 2 days ago, this was Thursday, December 28th, before the OMG run-up, just traded some Bitcoin Cash for OMG based on an article I shared on the news channel. Also, I just felt like OMG is real cheap right now and not a bad time to pick some up. Then the next day, 1:45 a.m., several hours later, I posted that I was watching this ascending triangle here in OMG. So if you take a look, this was an ascending triangle that I had charted a couple days, and an ascending triangle is one of the best indicators, fundamental indicators that shows you when a chart is going to break out. So if you ever see anything like this, this is an ascending triangle. This is textbook stuff, and it looked like it was going to break out given the technicals. So I called it, and what happened? We saw OMG run up. OMG popped yesterday night and today, and we're up 40% from the call. And a lot of people keep asking about the Moon Lounge, wanting to know about the Cryptosomniac Advantage. For anyone interested, we're going to be releasing the Cryptosomniac Advantage in a couple days. Sign-ups will be available. Sign up to our newsletter on cryptosomniac.com to stay tuned, to stay up to date as to when and how and where and how much. There will actually be a free trial for anyone wanting to participate. You can try it for free, and if you like it, you pay and you can stay. If you don't like it, you can walk away, no issues. No issues there. Somebody asks a question. Somebody donated to the channel, Sarada Shunduri. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm honestly not sure what currency that is, so I really want to go look that up. Is that a rupee? Delhi Road, that's definitely Indian. It could be a rupee. Can anyone help me out on the channel? What is this R sign here? Does anybody know what currency this is? Having a little bit of trouble identifying what currency that is. The rupee. So it does look like it's the rupee. Cool. I was not aware. Good guess. I guessed that it was the rupee. He asks, Can you tell me what are my available? What are my residual income? What is my residual income stream? My residual income stream consists of a couple different things. One, KuCoin is residual income for me. It pays out dividends in the form of percentage fees. I was an investor into Bankera, which pays out ETH, depending on how much Bankera you hold. I am a staker of Quantum, Neo, and ARK. They are proof of stake coins. I will be a staker of OMG, a staker of Cardano when available, couple of other things. You have master nodes there, Sarada, that you can use to earn residual income. I don't own any master nodes, but I will be looking to acquire one of my first ones in a new cryptocurrency that is releasing master nodes soon. But there's a number of things that you can run master nodes on, such as Dash. I don't know. Some people on Twitter are making me laugh right now. There's a number of cryptocurrencies that you can do and have master nodes on. So that's another way to earn residual income. How else can you earn residual income? Is there another way that I'm missing? There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that have built-in ways to earn residual income just as a percentage of their fees in their platform or something. There's several. I couldn't possibly tell all of them to you off the top of my head, but I think 10x I think is even one. TOS is one. Bankera is one. There's several, if not a couple dozen, that do that. So I think that's kind of all my questions, all my suggestions for building residual income. Somebody suggests Smart Cash. I'm not familiar with it, but maybe take a look. But what else? So I was gonna chart something, and maybe an entry point for something. I forget what I came in here. I'm trying to scroll back to find the question that I originally came in here to answer. I was gonna chart something. I don't remember what though. Huh. I don't know. Somebody asked for the QSP chart, Matt. Let's just do that. I don't remember what I was going to chart. So we're only on Binance. There's not a lot of data here yet, but QuantSnap is definitely high right now at the moment. I never buy when things look green. That's kind of my golden rule of thumb in crypto. I never buy anything that does look like this. That's just me. Not that it's not a good project or something that you shouldn't get invested into, but you don't want to go chasing the rabbit. There's a lot of more downside potential than upside potential, really. So I don't think it's a good idea to get in on QuantSnap at the moment, but I can do what's I could do a Fibonacci retracement and give some good levels for you. And it actually looks like, at least on the 2 hour, this does not look good. The MACD just crossed. This looks like a big M forming. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour too, it looks like it's crossing and then M forming. 1 hour's headed down, so not looking like the best moment to get into QuantSnap at the moment. But what we'll do is we'll draw a Fibonacci retracement, and we'll bring this out to 4 hours so it looks a little bit cleaner, and we'll do exactly that. So we'll go from low to high, and we'll show you how it's done. I'll give you some levels if you're looking to get in there. So we go from the local min, and I'm going to say the local min starts there, and we go to local max. And my sweet region is the blue region always. So if you're looking to get invested into QuantSnap, I'm going to give you a level right here of 1,710 Satoshis. That's my level for getting into QuantSnap at the moment. It's right here, 1,710 Satoshis. If you're not in yet and you want a good level to get in at. Somebody asked, what program is this? This is Coinigy. This is a platform that allows you to trade It's worth your time and money. It costs $15 a month or something, and it's worth its weight in gold if you're a crypto trader. So definitely keep you want tools at your disposal. If you're going to invest in your time and energy, you're going to want to invest in the tools that allow you to succeed as well. So let's take a couple more questions before we head off. I do tend to ignore Facebook a lot of the time, but I have it up. So let's see if there's any questions that came in on Facebook. Let's take a couple more questions before we head off. Where in the world is the chat? Here. Thank you a lot, Renee. Renee actually listed out all the coins. I'm going to pin that comment. Thank you so much. We'll pin that comment. And thank you. Let's scroll down to the list. See. So my quant stamp prediction was I forget what it was, $4, $6. I forget where it was exactly. Somebody said they can't hear me. Sound is off. Is that right? Should be the green screen is off. I know that. Sound should be working. Maybe it was just a glitch. Sam, when can we expect Snay to be back with you? I think he comes back on the 4th. I think I'm going to take a day off after he gets back. It's my turn for some days off. I've been doing crypto 24/7. I made some trades on Christmas Day. This is Amir. He's not watching comments. Texas Doug on Twitter says, I'm watching your comments. I see your comments right in front of me. I'm watching everybody on all channels, trying to answer as many questions as possible. Let's take a look at some of the other questions then. What do you do on your days off? I do crypto. Now, I like to explore LA. I'm new to Los Angeles, so there's a lot of different places and things to check out in Los Angeles. I've only moved here 4 or 5 months ago, and I've been just doing a lot of crypto, honestly. So there's a ton of new stuff for me to see on my off days that I have yet to see. Someone asked, when do we buy into KuCoin? I think KuCoin's a little bit difficult to chart just because it is so new, and it doesn't even have a chart. So, or maybe it does. That's not the right ticker. It's KCS. Yeah, it doesn't even have a chart yet. So, I'm not going to say any levels other than it's new, it's early, so it has the potential to rise a lot. I bought in as soon as I could just because I like residual income, and I wanted to add that to my portfolio. I love, having residual income. All right. Couple more questions, guys. I'm gonna go eat dinner and enjoy the rest of my New Year's. Hopefully, you guys have a lot of awesome plans. Hope that you guys enjoy the New Year, enjoyed the crypto gains, and keep it real. What else? Let's see. What other questions are there? Cyan coin? I think you mean Sia coin. Not a big fan of Sia coin. They're different. They're what's it called? Their program and interface. It's got a lot of bugs and it's not very friendly. I didn't like it. Do you see Rayblox? Yeah, I saw Rayblox. They have instant transaction times and no fees, seeking to potentially be a better version of Bitcoin. I think it's very interesting. Take a look at Rayblox if you haven't. Buy Tron around 320 Satoshis according to Mr. Fibonacci. Gonna celebrate and burn some sage for the year. Have a great one, Mike. Omari, Buddha, thanks. Any other questions, guys? We'll answer one more question before heading out for the night. And tomorrow, share this video on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/CryptoSomniac. One lucky winner is going to win 5 minutes of FaceTime with me tomorrow. or whenever they get timed, you'll be able to pick my brain, ask me whatever you want. Share this video here on Facebook. Give it a heart, give it a thumbs up, give it a toot, a bell, a whistle, or whatever you want to give it. What else? Where's the questions? Last question. Let's pick a question that I can answer. So, yes. Omid Savi asks, is there a service similar to Coinigy that is free? Yes, there is. I believe TradingView is free. They do have a paid version. They have several paid versions. I use the paid version just because I think it gives you, well, I know it gives you a lot more indicators. I have the pro version. I forget what you get. Definitely you get a basic account, but it's actually identical to basically Coinigy. I own accounts on both because they both are a little bit different. But TradingView definitely has a free version, and it's owned by the same company actually as Coinigy. So you have pretty much the same features, just a slightly different layout, and basically, what was I going to say? They have different indicators that you can add if you want to buy their plan, and I think I upgraded to the largest package that they offered. But yeah, I like both. I like Coinigy and TradingView. I think I prefer Coinigy a little bit more, but both are good. Both are slightly different, and I think TradingView is free. I think Coinigy is free for like 30 days. But check them out. I think you should invest in the tools that'll help you succeed, and definitely worth your time, worth your while. So for anyone interested in the CryptoSomniac Advantage, I'll say it one more time. I think I had so many inquiries. I do want to say that it is not out until hopefully we have signups available this week. Sign up for the newsletter. You will be notified as to when, how, and where, and it will have a free trial version, so anyone that wants to participate could certainly participate if they want to. So thank you guys all for participating. Share this video for a chance to win some free FaceTime with me in a couple days, and we will you know, keep rocking on into 2018. Hopefully it was an awesome year for you. It was an awesome year for me. One of the best years actually of my entire life. Had an amazing ride. Came back from Thailand and Southeast Asia. I was over there. I was living there and just traveling, getting to know who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do in life. And here I am teaching crypto. So cheers, everyone. This is the last stream of 2017. Keep it real. Have a good rest of your new year. And I'll see you all next year. See you all next year. Peace.